to another Sparks episode of Lifting Leaders Podcast. I'm Tricia Rhine, and I'm so grateful you're joining me today. As you know, this year we've been on a journey. We began by lighting the spark, becoming more aware of ourselves, our surroundings, and the possibilities waiting to be discovered. Now we're on our second phase, Ignite Genuine Hope, where we're exploring what hope really is and why it matters in leadership and in life. Today, I'd like to explore something that's been on my mind quite a bit lately, the relationship between hope and trust. I don't think we can fully experience one without the other. When we hear the word hope, my guess is that many people think it's wishful thinking. We hope it doesn't rain. We hope traffic isn't bad. We hope things somehow work out. But genuine hope is so much deeper than that. Hope is an active force. It allows us to imagine that something better is possible while also believing we have the ability and often the responsibility to help create that future. Yet hope doesn't exist in isolation. Hope depends on trust. And trust gives hope something solid to stand on. I've come to think of trust as a bridge between today's reality and tomorrow's possibility. Without trust, hope begins to feel fragile. With trust, hope becomes resilient. So, what exactly are we trusting? That's the interesting question. Sometimes we're trusting ourselves. Sometimes we're trusting another person. Sometimes we're trusting a team, a process, or a purpose bigger than ourselves. And sometimes we're trusting that even though we don't know exactly how things will unfold, we can navigate whatever comes next. I don't know about you, but there have certainly been seasons in my life when hope felt difficult. Not because I lacked optimism, trust me, I'm a glass 3/4 full person, but because my trust had been shaken. Perhaps you've experienced that too. Maybe a leader disappointed you. Maybe a relationship ended unexpectedly. Maybe an opportunity you counted on disappeared. Or maybe life simply unfolded differently than you had planned it. When trust is broken, our natural response is often to protect ourselves. We become more cautious, more skeptical, less willing to believe that things can improve. That's why rebuilding hope often begins with rebuilding trust. And here's something I've learned over the years working with leaders. Trust is rarely, if ever, restored through one grand gesture. It's rebuilt on consistent action over time, on honest conversations, on fulfilled commitments, on moments of choosing courage over certainty. Leadership is very much the same. People don't follow leaders simply because they have vision. People follow leaders because they trust them. They trust that the leader is authentic. They trust that the leader genuinely cares. They trust that the leader will tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. And when trust exists, something remarkable happens. People become willing to hope again. They're willing to try, to innovate, to collaborate, to recover from setbacks, to imagine possibilities they couldn't even see before. Hope becomes contagious because trust has made it believable. There's another side to this relationship that I think is equally important. Hope also strengthens trust. Think about the leaders who have inspired you the most. Chances are they didn't pretend everything was perfect. Instead, they acknowledged reality while helping people believe a better future was still possible. That's what hope-led leadership looks like. It doesn't ignore challenges. It doesn't sugarcoat uncertainty. It simply refuses to let uncertainty have the final word. One of my favorite ways to think about trust is that it grows in the space between our words and our actions. Every time those two align, our words and our actions, trust grows. Every time they drift apart, trust weakens. Hope works much the same way. Our hope grows when we see evidence, however small, that progress is possible. Sometimes that's a breakthrough. Sometimes it's simply taking the next right step. As coaches, Crystal and I often encourage leaders to look at what is already working. Not because we're ignoring problems, but because recognizing what's working builds confidence. Confidence builds trust, and trust fuels hope. It's a beautiful cycle. So what can we actually do to strengthen both trust and hope? I'd like to offer a few practices that any leader can begin today, right now. First, lead with consistency. Trust grows when people know what to expect from you. That doesn't mean we're predictable in our thinking. It means we're dependable in our character. Our words and our actions tell the same story. Second, tell the story even when the news isn't easy. People don't lose trust because leaders admit uncertainty. They lose trust when leaders pretend certainty they don't have. Hope isn't built on false promises. It's built on honest conversations about today's reality and confidence that together we can create tomorrow's possibility. Third, notice progress. As leaders, we're often trained to solve problems, which means we naturally look for what's wrong, right, or what's broken. But hope grows when we intentionally recognize what's improving. Celebrate the small wins. Acknowledge effort. Shine a light on growth. Progress, no matter how incremental, reminds people that their actions matter. Fourth, invite others into the future. Hope isn't something we hand to people. It's something we create with them. Ask questions that engage imagination. What could be possible? What are we learning? What strengths do we already have that can help us move forward? When people help shape the future, they're much more likely to believe in it. And fifth, be someone who restores trust. Keep your commitments. Own your mistakes. Listen with curiosity before jumping into conclusions. Extend grace while supporting accountability. These simple acts communicate one powerful message. You matter. And when people feel they matter, hope has room to grow. As we close today, I'd love for you to reflect on a few questions this week. Where is trust already growing in my leadership? Where has trust been weakened? And what is one small step I can take to begin rebuilding it? Am I giving people reasons to believe that a better future is possible? How am I recognizing progress instead of only focusing on problems? Here's one that I really like. Whose hope could be strengthened simply because I choose to be more consistent, more curious, or more courageous this week? Before I go, I'd like to invite you to pause and just for a moment and ask yourself, what spark in this spark was lit for you today, and where can I take one small meaningful action? This year, our focus is clear. Light the spark, ignite genuine hope, and lead the change, because hope isn't passive. It's something we practice through intentional, everyday choices. Leadership begins when we take what resonates and allow it to shape how we show up for others. And if this episode resonated with you, share it on your social media so the spark can travel even further. We hope you'll keep listening because we have more exceptional podcast episodes coming up with more fantastic guests. So be sure to subscribe to Lifting Leaders Podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. If you're looking for help in developing your leaders or would like a growth opportunity yourself, please contact us through our website at www.liftingleaderspodcast.com. Thank you to Ari Chance Roberts, who is our technical support for the show. Finally, please take 30 seconds to follow us. It helps you because you never miss an episode, and it helps us because you never miss an episode. To follow us, go to the Lifting Leaders Podcast show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow. While you're there, if you'd be willing to give us a 5-star rating and a review and share the episode with a friend, we'd be very grateful. Many thanks to you for listening to us week after week. We truly appreciate you. Until next time, keep lifting leaders.